Big day for the nation today. New MPs and senators sworn into Parliament. Labor ministers taking the Treasury benches on the north side of the chamber for the first time in almost a decade. A Speaker elected in the House and a President in the Senate. A Governor-General's speech outlining the new government's agenda. All the pomp and circumstance on display in Canberra today. It's something to be proud of. It's our democracy in action. For all its imperfections, a peaceful transfer of power and a new page in the nation's history, a new opportunity for a Prime Minister and his government to improve the nation. Because we do accept that politicians of all stripes actually believe in their different positions, actually believe that their ideas, crazy as some of them are, they believe their ideas will lead to a better country, even a better world. Good on them. That's all a given. It's worth saying because it's important. It's why we support our great democracy. This is the agreed turf. This is what we support. But we defend our right to argue about everything else robustly. Every policy, every bill, every position put forward by any government or party is up for debate. And it's abundantly clear that while this country faces enormous challenges with huge cost of living issues and energy crisis, labour shortages, a housing affordability dilemma, the incoming government and the Greens and the Teal Independents are all obsessed with tilting at windmills. Well, they actually love wind turbines, but you know what I mean. They're putting all of their energies and all of your money into a fight they cannot possibly win. They're actually ignoring the science, ignoring rational thought, and ignoring practical limitation and costs, and they're pretending that they can change the climate. Instead of changing the things that they can change within their control, they're going to risk making things a lot worse for Australians by trying to influence the global climate, something they cannot possibly do.
We have a mandate for the policies we're seeking to implement. We sought and received that mandate. We won't be moving away from any element of that mandate.
We will keep pushing the government to not back new coal and gas. It just makes no sense at all that you would have climate laws, but then by the same token, open up new coal and gas mines to make the problem worse.
My level of confidence in 43% has increased on the basis that that's a floor, with a lot more wriggle room to move above that and to be more ambitious.
Mr Dutton is unfortunately making a decision to continue the climate wars. That's a matter for him, but he'll be held accountable for it. He's making his party irrelevant, and many of his members and even frontbenchers know it.
Yet again, the main political issue in a term of Parliament is set to be the climate wars. Policies that can upend Australia but cannot and will not affect the climate, because we generate 1% and falling of global emissions that are rising around the world. These politicians pretend they can stop bushfires. They pretend they can stop droughts. Now they even pretend they can stop floods too. All the science, of course, says otherwise. All the facts say otherwise. Should Australia do its bit? Yes, of course, and we already do. But it's pointless to hurt ourselves further when the rest of the world is doing bugger all. China produces more emissions in a fortnight than we produce in a year, and its emissions are still increasing while we've cut ours by more than 20%. So the climate we have, whether it's getting worse or not, is the climate we're stuck with for good or ill. When they talk of emergencies and drastic action and tipping points and crisis, just remember this: neither major party, nor the Greens, nor the Teals are promoting nuclear energy, the only reliable, proven, practical and affordable emissions-free energy source. That says it all. As long as they shun nuclear, it shows none of them are serious about their so-called emergency. Until then, it's clearly all about politics, local, national and global, all about promoting fear and virtue signalling. And this country will continue to pay a heavy price through our power bills, through the shedding of jobs overseas and lost opportunities. Every moment this Parliament spends talking about climate or climate policies is a moment wasted. And none of them seem willing to admit that whatever they do, they will never produce a discernible change in the climate. This madness has been going on for nearly 2 decades. When will it end?